Well, hello, and welcome to Stop, Let's Team Up, My Legion Adventure, number 12. And we're going to not do the issue I said we were going to do. We're going to do another issue, the one that should have gone earlier, Superman 152. I found a digital copy of it online somewhere, and I read it, and I loved it. So we're going to talk about it again. I know I gave you some of the details in the synopsis in the last episode, but I'm going to do it again. It is Superman 152, April 1962 cover date. Cover credits, Kurt Swan penciler, George Klien inker, yay yay. Letterer Ira Schnapp. The story is called The Robot Master. Editor, plotter Mort Weisinger. Plotter, scripter Jerry Siegel. Penciler Kurt Swan. Inker George Klien. Letterer Milton Snappin. Swan Klein. Oh, yeah. It's beautiful. The roll call for the Legionnaires is Cosmic Boy, Lightning Lad, Saturn Girl, Chameleon Boy, Brainiac 5, and Sun Boy. And guest appearances of Supergirl and Fred and Edna Danvers. And there's some superhero robots, but let's do the synopsis. Superman discovers his best friends have all been replaced by robots, creations of the Robot Master. Together with Supergirl, he takes the mechanical imposters to the Fortress of Solitude for investigation. When he learns that the Robot Master is a hoax perpetrated by the Legion of Superheroes as part of a celebration of the anniversary of Supergirl's arrival on Earth, inside the robots are concealed special commemorative busts of the Legionnaires. I've never read this one because it's not been collected in anything. It's really not a Legion story. I see why now after reading it, why it's in the archives. Or the logic maybe behind the decision not to put it in the archives. But it belongs there. It is much, it's got as much to a Legion story as any of these other ones in some ways. I did like it. It's very Silver Age Superman. They're going to figure out it's me. I'm going to stub my toe. And he stubs his toe on the desk. He goes, I got to act like it hurt. So he complains of sprained ankle, and the robots start going, but, Superman is Clark Kent. We know all your secret identities and all this weird stuff. And they go to the, and he defeats the robots, and then he calls Supergirl with his super ventriloquist voice. Well, she hears it miles away. And they fly off to Fortress of Solitude with its giant key and the lock. I forgot how much I love that stuff. And that the lock, you hang the lock on a peg, like my wife does her keys when she walks in our house, the door. But it's this giant uber-ton key hanging up. And we get it. And I love in the Silver Age, you'll go through these, like the Superman, the trophy rooms, Supermans and Batmans and the Flashes and stuff like that. And there'll be these weird things. There's a Perry White room. There's a Daily Bugle room. There's this Lois Lane room. It's just so of its time, but I loved it. I loved it. And I love the art. No one, in my opinion, absolutely no one has drawn Superman as well as Kurt Swan. He is my Superman artist. He has been since I was a little kid. There have been other eras that I have liked. There are other people who draw Superman amazingly. I like Frank Quitely's from All-Star Superman with Grant Morrison. God, that's a great book. I like Byrne's Superman. I mean, throw stones. I'm not going to say I did it. I read it religiously, especially when I got to the Diamond era or the Shield era, where they would jump from book to book. I liked all the creative teams there. I think Burns was good. I think some of the Wolfmans was a little better, and I think the Dan Jurgens stuff was amazing. So but it's a mixed bag. But this is just straight up great Silver Age Superman. It's all of a total of 9 pages. A lot goes on in 9 pages. A lot. You have the robots fight, you have him call Supergirl and them travel, you have the tour of the thing, you have him coming up, and it's all just to commemorate Kara's arrival on Earth. And the art is just beautiful, and I want to put up some images when I post this, and then when I tag it a couple times. It's worth finding a copy of it somewhere. I don't know how much. I would love to have one so I could have a physical copy, either in a hardback, collection or a floppy of this for my Legion collection, because it's really one of the few things I'm actually collecting. I just think it's a blast. It's such a freaking blast. And folks, no one's written to me or something. It's cool. I'd like to hear from you, but I'd like to hear. Let me know who your favorite Superman artist is. There are a lot to choose from. Kurt Swan, Joe Shuster, Wayne Boring, Jose Garcia Lopez. Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, Murphy Anderson, Swanderson. Okay, Swanderson. They're great Superman artists. I'd like to know who you think is your favorite superhero artist. I think Kurt Swan is also. It was lovely to see him draw the Legions. It's only like the second time we've seen it. And then we're going to go a long run and we're not going to see it. It's going to be a lot of Joe Forte before he is the regular penciler. They're the regular, Swan Klien are the regular artists on Legion. It's worth trying to find it. It's great. It's fun. I really liked it. I was glad I found it. The copy I had was like a digital scan of the pages, so it had everything, and it was a little yellow, and it was very pretty. Kind of like I wish I had that old comic in my hand. And this same site has 155, so what I'm going to do is do the next Action Comics that goes into that. That would be Action Comics 289, and then go Superboy 98, and then do 155 of Superman. And I think that gets us to the end of everything before we get our first Tales of the Legion of Superheroes. So I'm excited about that. Upcoming stuff is I'm going to do this weekend. You should get the next Liberty Legion episode. I took the little break last week to do Micronauts, which is a lot of fun. I'm thinking about doing a little Starman special one because the site had a comic that I've never read, and it's Starman related. I think I may share that with you. And I need suggestions. So please reach out. Pick a team you want to talk about. I've got another guest coming up. You're going to like that. And we're going to talk about a book from the 70s that I absolutely adored. And stuff like that. I'm enjoying my Legion read through. I think I'm going to go. It's been a long week, and it's only Wednesday. And we don't have Wednesday new comic tape, but I don't go to comic shop. I go to comic shop every other Friday when I get paid. This week I'm a little tight, so the only thing I think I'm going to get when I go is Man of Steel, Superman, Man of Steel, hardcover, volume 4, the Byrne stuff. And then I'm going to start putting some pennies aside for 5 years later, second omnibus, and after that I want to find a reasonable price copy of Superman Exile. And then I'm going to worry about smaller things. Some things are coming out. I do want to recommend some things. There is a one-shot Astro City out there that is a single issue, which is just kind of like a teaser for the trades that are going to start coming out. The first 2 years of Astro City have been collected. If you have not read it, get it. There's a lot of superhero goodness in it. There's a lot of team-up goodness. It is Kurt Busiek, Brent Anderson, Alex Sinclair, and Alex Ross just doing an homage to everything good about superhero team stuff. It's Kurt Busiek, who's one of my favorite super team writers. Astro City is probably my favorite work of his. Some of it is the best work he's done, but all of it is very entertaining. And I loved his Thunderbolts. I loved his Avengers. I've loved everything he did. I'm interested in reading his Conan, so I'm recommending that you check that out. It's worth it. Another big thing is please check out Fantastic Comic Fan Podcast. I just guested on it. Again, we talked about the amazing Marie Severin. And it was a blast. It's always fun to talk to Ron. And, at that, I just think I'm going to say, y'all, have a good night. Be good, be safe, and read some comics.